Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm just going to be explaining what trends are, as simple as possible. So if you're a beginner, this is the video for you. So basically, a trend is the movement the market is moving in, and it tells us what momentum is doing in the market. So if the market is going up, it's an uptrend. If the market's going down, it's a downtrend. It's pretty simple, but basically, if you want to know any strategy in the world, you need to know what a trend is. What does a trend consist of? Well, an uptrend sort of looks like this. So an up, then down, up, down, up, down. And before even knowing what a trend is, you can sort of tell that this is going up. It's not that hard to see. But the exact things that this trend consists of is higher highs and higher lows. So pretty much this is a high because it's a high, then a low. We learned that in the candles video where there's an up candle, then a down candle. And then it's followed by a low because it's a low, and then an up. So a high, then a low. And then there's a higher high, which is higher than this previous high. And then a higher low, which is higher than this previous low. And then a higher high, and then a higher low, and then a higher high. So that's pretty much an uptrend, and what an uptrend looks like on the market is, let me find a good one. So a uptrend, I just want to find one where the higher highs and higher lows are like rarely outlined. Yeah, we can use this. So if you look at this area right here, you can see that there's a low here, and then a high, then a higher low than the previous one, and then a higher high than the previous high, and then a higher low, then a higher high, then a higher low, then a higher high, then a higher low, higher high, and it goes on for quite a while. So yeah, that's pretty much what a uptrend looks like. However, the main thing you need to know about trends, so basically, even though if you know the trend and you're pretty confident that price is still going to go up, then we don't only base trades off of trends. However, we do sort of follow the trend when we are taking a trade because, say for example, we're in an uptrend, we're not going to just long it because that'd be stupid. But what we would do is we would see our confluences, see our other strategy, and then we would dictate whether we were going to long or short that day, and then we look for our strategy based off the trend. So if the day is in an uptrend like it is today, then I can confidently say, okay, I haven't seen my strategy yet, but I'm going to long it. So that's why trends are good. And here is what a downtrend looks like. So that. So you can see here that a downtrend is just the opposite of an uptrend. So it's lower lows and lower highs. So there's a low, then there's a high, then there's a lower low, then there's a lower high than the previous high, then a lower low, then a lower high, and so on. So a downtrend is just the same as an uptrend, but in the opposite direction. And what one looks like on the market is sort of like this. Let me get rid of that magnet. So we can see a high here, and then a low, and then a high, then a low, then a lower high, a lower low, lower high, and then it continues and then it reverses. But that's all the downtrend is. It's just lower lows and lower highs. So say for example, we can see that this day was in a downtrend because there's lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. So basically, before seeing any confluences that I would use to trade, I would say, yeah, I'm probably going to short today. I mean, I don't really base my daily bias off of just the trend because quite a lot of other things go into it. Say for example, even if the trend was a downtrend, there could still be something else that tells me to long, like for example, a fair value gap or price coming into equilibrium, or really anything like that, because you can see here that price is in an uptrend when it breaks here, but still it just randomly goes down. So you'd be wondering why that would happen. And yeah, other things really dictate what your daily bias should be. But if you're a beginner, you'll probably learn that soon. Maybe watching like a TJR video or something. That's what I learned it off. PB Trading is really good as well. He has a really good video about daily bias. I think it's episode 10 of his ICT for Dummies episode series. Sorry. So yeah, that's basically what a trend is. You don't have to look for the higher highs and higher lows, because if you really look in detail, I'm sure you can find something that doesn't align with whatever trend you're in. So yeah, a quick summary of trends is, if you're 5 years old, uptrend, go up, downtrend, go down, trend change, trend mean momentum in market. If trend down, then price is probably going to go down. If trend up, price is probably going to go up. And we don't just trade off trend, but trend is friend. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you learned something from it. And just to top it off, you can see we are in a perfect uptrend right here, because there is a, let me turn this magnet off real quick. There is a low, and then a high, and then a low, and then a higher high, then a higher low, then a higher high, then a higher low. And I just wanted to show you that because of how perfect it looks. And I'm not in a trade, by the way, guys. This is just, I'm just marking it out because this is what I think market's going to do currently in London session. So yeah, next video will probably be, I think, episode 7 of the 20k summer challenge, or maybe episode 6, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll see you guys then.